Security Dossier, securing the perimeter.
Hello and welcome to your channel of choice, Television Nigerian. I am Lawrence Audu and you're watching Security Dossier, the program that focuses on security issues in and around the country as well as efforts of security agencies in the protection of lives and properties of the citizens. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, during the week paid an operational visit to felicitate with troops serving in the front lines in the northwest of Nigeria as they mark the end of Ramadan. Represented by the Chief of Training and Operations, Major General Lamidi Adeosun, General Buratai charged troops to be resilient in their fight against armed bandits operating in the area in order to bring an end to the menace. I traveled with the troops in that dangerous terrain, and here is a report.
Security Dossier, securing the perimeter.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, has concluded a tour of areas affected by the activities of armed bandits in Nigeria's northwest region, a routine the Army Chief has become famous for. The visit, which is to felicitate with troops during the commemoration of the 2019 Eid al-Fitr celebration, marking the end of the holy month of Ramadan, became a morale booster for troops who were visibly elated. Represented by the Chief of Training and Operations, Major General Lamidi Adeosun, the Army Chief combed the affected areas in the northwest, as well as the borders between Nigeria and the Niger Republic. The operational visit kicked off in Gusau with Eid prayers at the force headquarters, Operation Harbin Kunama, where troops made supplications to God for the peace of the nation and the repose of the departed souls.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
The entourage then proceeded to a courtesy call on the Zamfara State Governor, Bello Matawale, who commended the army for its resilience in crushing the bandits in his state.
He asked me to sincerely congratulate the executive governor for his successful inauguration and also to wish you a very successful tenure. That the state has been working and cooperating with the Nigerian Army in the discharge of our duties, and since governance is a continuum, he has implicit confidence that with you at the mantle of leadership of the state, it will even go much higher in terms of how we cooperate, how we relate, and how we carry on the business of providing security for the good people of Zamfara State and the government.
And we thank God that today all of you are here as a president in order to support your men and to give them courage. Because you can't just, as the leaders, you can't just go and stay in Abuja You left your men everywhere. Some of them, they have spent more than 2 years or 3 years without seeing their families. They are in the bush, combating with the other criminals. But today all of you are in the state for you to show us that yes, the army is very serious to make sure that they help the people of Nigeria and the state in particular. This is a great gesture that you show us to the people of the state. And you should be rest assured that we are going to do everything possible to support the Nigerian army under my administration to make sure that we provide all necessary equipment, if it's possible, and other logistics to make sure that you should engage those bandits. And that even the barrack was not completed, which I intend to go and have a visit after Salah to see what my government can be able to do in order to complete the necessary facilities so that you may have, or your men shall have more confidence on the government, which I believe within before my 100 days, I can be able to put something that you can come and commission, inshallah. I am very happy to inform you that the Brigadier General that we are working, I have more confidence on him. We visited some areas together with him, and I showed the action that he made. On our way, going to Lilo village, we saw the sign of this bandit in one of the areas close to where we are passing through, which he had to mobilize all his men and start engaging those guys.
At the camp of Operation Sharandaji in Kaura Namuda, the army chief charged soldiers to remain resilient in order to win the war in the shortest possible time to enable them return to their families while communities return to their farms.
I want to urge you all on behalf of the Chief of Army Staff, we have a job to do. We have been doing it well. We've got to do those jobs very, very well and get done with these bastards in good time. It's unfortunate in life, people must die, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Whether we are in the army or we are civilians. When it is God's time, God will take the soul of his people, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
As you are here, you can fight 1,000 battles. You won't die if it is not your time. So don't allow anybody to distract you or create fear into your heart. Your job is to make the bastards to die for your country. Your own job is not to die for your country. But if in the process while they are doing it professionally, death comes. That's how God has destined it. And you die a very glorious death. And you go straight into heaven. I hope you understand.
Yes, sir.
Don't allow anything to affect your heart. You are a soldier, and a soldier to the core. Whether you are an officer or a soldier, each and every one of us, we are soldiers. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So that we must do them professionally. There's no reason why well-trained officers and soldiers will see bandits and run away from them. No. They should be the one to run. They should be the one to receive bullets at their backs. Cowards die many, many times before they are dead. The village never thinks of death but once. Only when it is time to die, that's when a bold person will die. A bold person will never die instrumentally. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The convoy of the Coas made a brief halt along the Guzau-Jibia-Zulmi Road, a border location close to Maradi in Niger Republic, where he interacted with a detachment of Nigerian troops patrolling the borders of Niger and Nigeria.
Here, this is the Jibia border, and we just encountered some Nigerian forces who are on joint patrol with Nigerian troops. As you can see, they just complained to us that there has been an attack just about a few days ago. They encountered some bandits and they've been able to prevail.
Nigeria, donc on collabore pour lutter contre le grand banditisme.
Dès que vous êtes ici, est-ce qu'il y a les bandits qui sont venus?
Ah oui. Même,
Combien vous avez fait entretenir avec eux?
donc, même hier nuit, donc, on nous a signalé leur présence hier nuit,
Où ça?
ici dans la zone.
Ok.
Donc, malheureusement, donc, on n'a pas encore de leurs nouvelles jusqu'à présent.
Ok.
Oui. Bonne collaboration avec eux. Vraiment, à chaque fois, s'il y a quelque chose, on s'appelle mutuellement.
Ok.
Vraiment,
C'est bien.
The army chief and his entourage later penetrated into the hinterland where they had a brief stopover and interaction with troops and local vigilantes at Yergamji village in Katsina State.
The soldiers are here. They are not only for this place, they are for all the other areas around there, where those bandits can come around and do harm to people or to other villages around.
At Yergamji village, it was learned that no fewer than 14 locals were recently killed during an encounter with armed bandits, while 3 other women were abducted.
Mu yan bigilanti ne muna zama na mutunci da su saboda muna son ai maganin wannan matsala in muka ga wanda ba su sani ba ko kuma abu ya taso za mu zo mu shaida masa a gurin kuma mun shaida masu.
Delivering the goodwill message of the Chief of Army Staff, General Adeosun charged troops stationed at Yergamji village while urging them to sustain the tempo against the bandits. In his remarks, the General Officer commanding 8th Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Hakim Otiki, promised an enhanced welfare package for the troops while urging them to crush any criminal element in that area.
Are you going to get them down or they get you down? That is why you are here. You have been paid your operational allowance, you have been paid your salaries, you have been issued with uniforms, you have been given extra ammunition, you have been given virtually everything that you need to have at your level. Go there and deliver the goods. And your nation forever will not forget you. Your names shall now be written on the sands of time. I wish you the best.
Representative of the Chief of Army Staff later moved to the front line to address troops of 17th Brigade at the outskirts of Battery Town, after which a Salah luncheon organized by the Chief of Army Staff in honor of the troops was held.
Be confident in ourselves. We must be confident in our weapons. We must be confident in our equipment. And how do we do this? Your rifle must be serviceable at all times. It is your personal and direct responsibility. The rifles you are carrying is your first wife. The one delivering your children at home is your second wife. If you can do so much to take care of your wife at home, you can imagine what you require to also take care of this one that is your primary wife.
The coerced reps again charged the troops to be competent, professional, and responsive in the discharge of their constitutional roles. In his remarks, the GOC 8th Division Major General Otiki applauded the commitment of the troops while tasking them to do more.
We have so much confidence in you. We have met with the traditional authorities. We have met with the civil populace, and everything they have said is in good commendation. They have assured us of their repose and renewed confidence in your ability. So go there and make sure you do the best, that they will always have cause to thank God for and to thank you all.
He also directed troops to confiscate or destroy any suspicious vehicular movement by the bandits operating in the hinterland. Representative of the Chief of Army Staff and his entourage later paid an operational visit to Tasham Mudibo, Batsari border town, an invading route frequently used by the bandits located in Batsari local government area. General Adeosun, upon receiving briefing, instructed a 500-meter clearing of bushes and shrubs in the area proposed for troops deployment to enable a clear visibility of troops patrolling the area in a bid to dislodge invading bandits. The Coas and his entourage later proceeded to Katsina State Government House, where the team was received by the Governor, Right Honorable Aminu Bello Masari, the Secretary to the State Government, and other top government functionaries. General Adeosun, in his remarks, said the purpose of the visit is to interact with the troops as well as assess the security situation in the state and the Northwest region in general.
Along the line, especially in recent times, the security situation within Katsina State took a very drastic and dramatic turn. And we appreciate the pains, the personal and collective pains of the executive governor and also the government officials as well as the people, the good people of Katsina State. Riding on that back, a lot of information and advice were given to the Chief of Army Staff. And based on that, being a very responsive Chief of Army Staff, who takes everything about security of the entire territory of Nigeria and its good people into heart, started immediately to make all necessary adjustments by redefining and redesigning our strategy to make sure we combat and we confront headlong the worsening security situation within Katsina State and generally within the northwestern part of Nigeria.
He noted that security situation in Katsina State recently escalated through the inimical activities of armed bandits, but was curtailed by the gallant troops. Reacting to the gesture, Governor Masari prayed that the visit will be historic in curbing the menace of armed banditry in the state, while reiterated that the government of Katsina State will not sit down and watch their people being killed.
We believe the institution of the military. We know the capacity of the military, how the military within a very short time degraded Boko Haram. So we cannot see any reason why this emerging insurgency cannot be brought under control. So the question is about more of individuals that have been assigned responsibility, not the institution. We have done, within the little resources we have, whatever it takes to make the security operatives in Katsina State work. We believe that we are ultimately responsible for the lives and properties of the people we govern. That is the whole purpose of our being here. So for that, we will not relent in terms of supporting those who have shown interest to support our people. We will continue to do that.
Governor Masari hinted that the problems in the Northwest have no ethnic or religious coloration.
The problem is that Katsina, Sokoto, Kebbi, some parts of the West State has no ethnic or religious coloration. But if it is allowed to move down, ethnicity, religious differences will come and cloud the real issue. And the real issue is criminality.
The visit, no doubt, will encourage not just the soldiers who are already in ecstasy of victory, but these children whose future has been destined for greatness. Security Dossier, securing the perimeter.
Welcome back. You're watching Security Dossier on Television Nigeria. I hope you enjoyed watching that report from the front lines. Again, Amnesty International has been called out as one of those organizations working against the peaceful coexistence of Nigeria. In a report
presented by the Chancellor of the Center for International and Strategic Studies, Professor Ahmed Danfulani. He called on non-state actors such as Amnesty International to steer clear of the internal affairs of the country.
Security Dossier, securing the perimeter.
The Center for International and Strategic Studies has exposed the activities of Amnesty International and other non-state actors in a full-scale report released on Thursday, which indicted the humanitarian organization for endangering lives and destabilizing the peace of the nation through its politically motivated propaganda. Owing to Amnesty International's ceaseless accusations against the federal government, the center, famed for its thorough fact-finding and research, commissioned a two-part extensive research that scrutinized the issues canvassed by the London-based non-governmental organization. Presenting the report of his finding at a press conference on Thursday in Abuja, the Chancellor of the Center, Professor Ahmed Danfulani, stated that upon completion of this exercise, CISS discovered that Amnesty International has an agenda to destroy Nigeria and the serenity the nation enjoys. According to the report, the group revealed that there is an increasing suspicion that Amnesty International was acting a script to cause relative unrest in Nigeria through its activities, as corroborated by the Nigerian government when it stated that Amnesty International's operation in Nigeria seems geared towards damaging the morale of Nigerian military in the fight against terrorism in Nigeria.
Our center is able to identify areas where we can see the activity is supported. We don't want to see them supporting Boko Haram. It's not okay. At an international conference in Lagos, Nigeria Institute of International Affairs, we relatively came to a conclusion that given the size of Nigeria, given our potential, given our borders, we cannot police our borders. But ask yourself, through where are the weapons for Boko Haram coming? Definitely there is a conspiracy outside, but what we have is a nation and we want to challenge it. We knew of different Amnesty International reports trying to negatively present this nation. We accord them the respect they deserve, but I say it publicly and with respect that we don't agree completely with whatever it is they put along. As diplomats that we are, that I am, Nigerian nation first, and that goes without saying. The president of France, when they challenged him after France bombed a green ship, he said, gentlemen, the French nation first. Whatever message you have, I will fight for the nation of France. I repeat, we will fight for the nation of Nigeria.
The group further made some recommendations to the federal government of Nigeria, which it believes will curb the negative operations of Amnesty International and other groups with ulterior negative motives in Nigeria.
CISS, Center for International and Strategic Studies, is painstakingly meant to support the political system. It's meant to encourage intellectual research. Activities of non-state actors like the Amnesty International is laced with efforts to cause disintegration of Nigerian nation. It cannot happen. I'm confirming that to you. The operations of the Amnesty International could be a greater plot to destabilize. Don't let us allow that within the Committee of Nations. We have men that are on the battleground, human beings, families. We cannot sit down and listen to any agency negating the basis of our nation. Presenting Nigeria in the bad light cannot work. If Nigeria had been that bad, we would not today be elected by the United Nations as the President, 74th General Assembly, led by a brilliant colleague. The government has displayed a very high level of professionalism within the military. Increasingly, money is being provided I personally have a few of them, former students, former colleagues, but I can tell you that this nation is quite grateful for their activities. Nigerian government is indeed a human rights compliant body. And like I did say, the nation is fighting at all costs against terrorism, kidnapping, and all other environmental issues of this certification.
Security Dossier, securing the perimeter.
Nigeria is a sovereign nation and must be allowed to develop without external meddling in its internal affairs. The Cuban revolutionary leader Fidel Castro once said, "A revolution is not a bed of roses. Revolution is a struggle between the future and the past." This is why our young men and women in uniform have continued to maintain their positions in the trouble zones just to protect us while we remain in our comforts. The best we can do is pray and support them and their families, because this will go a long way in boosting their morale and while they keep the bad guys away. This is how far we can go on the program today until we come your way again with another exciting episode of Security Dossier. I am Lawrence Audu. Bye for now.
Security Dossier, securing the perimeter.